Alright guys, before I start this video, I want to clarify that all of the ad revenue from this video, all the money this video makes, is going towards Taylor, whether that's A, helping her medical bills because she's still getting her insurance figured out, or B, helping her get things for her recovery, whether that's ice cream, like a helmet, obviously, anything that she needs during her recovery. I'm not keeping any money from this video, it's all going to her, so just wanted to make that clear. If I put like a lot of ads or something, that's why. I've been super out of it and distracted and not really like my head in the right place in my past few videos because Taylor's been going through something very intense. I'm just sort of walking through the neighborhood right now because everyone in the house is asleep, so excuse my lack of tripod. But 4 days ago, which was the day after I came to LA and I left Taylor's house, she was at the skate park skating by herself and she slipped backwards and hit her head, the back of her head on the ground, got a very bad concussion, has internal bleeding in her brain. The correct term for what she has is epidermal hematoma, which as far as I know just means brain bleeding. Epidermal is brain, hematoma is bleeding, I believe. And she's been in ICU in Sacramento, which is an intensive care unit, I believe, for 3 nights now. Last night was her 3rd night. As I'm sure you guys know, brain injuries or head injuries are extremely severe. The fact that she's been in ICU for 3 nights means it's not like a small deal. You know what I mean? When Nigel hit his head, he was only in ICU for 2 days. He like passed out and had a seizure when he hit his head, and he was out in 2 days, and Taylor's on her 3rd night. She's probably gonna have to stay there for at least a couple more nights because the bleeding isn't subsiding. And she's gonna be fine, like I'm sure she's gonna be fine, but obviously her having to go through that is not only like traumatizing and terrible for her, and I feel so bad for her. This is gonna sound extremely hypocritical because I don't wear a helmet, but if you're a beginner skateboarder and you're just learning and you don't feel comfortable falling, you don't know how to properly fall, you should wear a helmet when you're skating. And she hasn't been skating that long, and she usually does wear a helmet if she's trying new tricks. She'll borrow a friend's helmet and try something just in case. And this time she was just carving around a bowl, doing something she was confident with. It went wrong and she had blood pouring out of her head, and she posted a picture, an Instagram story saying like, got a little hurt today or something, and that was before she knew how bad it was. That was before she went to the hospital, and then that's where they found out that she had internal bleeding in her brain. By the way, I asked her if I could make this video, and she gave me her permission. That's why I've sort of been slacking on this video, because I wanted to make sure she was okay and coherent enough to answer if I could make this video, and I didn't want to make this prematurely. So yesterday was the first day where I've been talking to her over texting, and it's like the first day where she can look at her phone without it giving her excruciating pain. Even though she still says it's excruciating pain, she's able to do it a little bit, which is good. In the next few days, I'm probably gonna fly back to Sacramento and just check on her and visit her. But I have something very important to do in LA today. I'm actually filming the pilot for the TV show, which I'm super stoked on, and she said that I didn't need to come down there or anything yet. I'm gonna deal with that today and then probably fly up to Sac depending on how she's feeling and all that stuff. But I just wanted to make this video explaining that I might miss a day's upload, or I might be late for something like an upload because I'm distracted, and like I'm going to prioritize her and her well-being before I'm going to prioritize my job, obviously, because I'm lucky enough to be self-employed. This car is going to like drive past me like, what are you doing? There's a car. Okay. It is unbelievably hard for me to be so far away from her when she's going through this, and I feel terrible about that because it was literally the day after I left that this happened, and I wasn't there to A, help her when it happened, and B, I wasn't there in the first few days she was in ICU. But luckily I FaceTimed her last night and she was feeling slightly better. I mean, not much better, but like coherent and aware. Brain injuries are no joke whatsoever, like at all. You can hit your head barely and have brain bleeding, and it could turn into something serious if it doesn't get the proper medical care. That's why they're keeping her in the hospital for so long, is because they need to make sure, because the brain bleeding hasn't gone down at all. It's been 3 days and there's no sign of improvement. They're not going to let her leave until the brain bleeding goes down, because that shows she's making a recovery and all that stuff, which is extremely important, and all of us are just hoping and waiting for that to happen sooner than later. She said it happened when she was doing something that she remembers the whole thing, which is really good. A lot of the time if you hit your head, you'll black out, you'll forget what happened, you'll feel out of it. That's what happened when I got my really bad concussion, but she remembers everything, which is a very good sign. But she said she was just like carving around a bowl, made it all the way like up the transition, down, and to the flat, and then she tried to like adjust her feet and just slipped back and like landed on her back and hit her head and didn't catch herself. Why is this car driving past me so slow? How's it going? Like, what is this kid doing? She didn't catch herself with her arms at all, so her head was like the first thing to impact the ground. And she said that it didn't seem that bad at all. Like, she didn't know she was bleeding. She didn't know that she thought she was gonna be able to just like walk home and be like, ow, that hurt. But then one of these like scooter kids at the park was like, your head's bleeding. Are you okay? And then she's like, I think so. And then they told her not to stand up because she's in the bottom of the bowl. And then eventually she was able to get out of the bowl herself. But she was texting me when this happened. I didn't know how serious it was at all. She just texted me saying, I hit my head and it's bleeding. And I was like, okay, you need to call someone very quickly. And like I said, she doesn't have the best insurance at all, so she didn't want to call an ambulance. Eventually she gets to urgent care and they make her go back to the skate park to get her ID, and they wouldn't let a friend go for her, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. They shouldn't make someone with a brain injury go back to the skate park to grab something. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But she went back, got her ID, and then once they admitted her to urgent care, they immediately put her in ICU, where they did an MRI, CT scans, all that stuff. She's been having a lot of those these past few days just to like see if the brain bleeding is going down, which it's not. This was her first real skateboarding injury. Like, she's never broken a bone, she's never sprained anything skating, she's never like, this is her first skateboarding injury, and it's like the worst one you can possibly get. And she's upset about that, but I was telling her that she got the worst one out of the way. The main purpose of this video is A, to help raise money for her. I'm not gonna do like a fundraiser or anything, but like the ad revenue will help. B, to I guess educate you guys on wearing a helmet. Like, I know I don't wear a helmet and I probably should. I've had enough brain injuries that I should, but it's a lot more dangerous when you're not a experienced skateboarder. Like when you're a beginner and you don't know how to fall, just wear a helmet. There's no point, like you don't need to wear pads. You can get an elbow scrape or a knee scrape and you'll deal with it. But like the head's the one thing that you can't just like be okay with breaking. Like if you get one bad concussion, it has the potential of changing your life forever. I'm not saying Taylor's life's gonna be changed forever, but it has the potential to, which is why you wanna keep this thing safe. Like it's the only one you got, keep it safe. I'm pretty sure every single skateboarder that's been skateboarding for a while has had a concussion or hit their head, and they know how scary and how serious it is. And I can't emphasize the fact enough that don't not wear a helmet because it's cool not to wear a helmet. Like I don't wear a helmet because I feel so uncomfortable with one that it's like I feel like I'm more likely to hit my head. Like I know that sounds stupid, but and like it is stupid. I have hit my head before and I probably should wear a helmet. If the only reason not wearing a helmet is because it's not cool, then you're ridiculous. Go put a helmet on. I skate better without a helmet. I feel more comfortable without a helmet, but that's because it's been so long since I've worn one. Protect your head. I don't want to rant to you guys about that. There's another car. This has also been a lot of the reason that I haven't been too focused and like involved in my videos the past few days, because when she wasn't able to text me, and she's asleep a lot of the time, she doesn't want to have her phone because it hurts her eyes to look at it. But I've been talking to her mom, her aunt, like anyone who's with her there. I'm trying to talk to them as much as I can just to get as many updates as I can, to get as much info as I can. And like I didn't film anything yesterday because I was talking to her family in the morning, getting updates, knowing what was happening, and then I was just distracted through the whole day and I didn't feel like I could film a video, you know. It's also super unfortunate that it happened the day before Thanksgiving, because she had to spend Thanksgiving in ICU with not being able to eat because she wants to throw up every time she eats anything. And it's just it's unfair. I have no idea how long this video is. I don't know if it's gonna be way too short. I don't know if it's gonna be way too long. I'm terrible with time, but I just wanted to put it out there what happened, why I've been kind of off lately, what I've been going through. Every single one of your positive comments helps. Just wish her good things, send your thoughts her way. And hopefully she'll be out of there in a few days and back to recovering and wearing a helmet when she skates. The first thing I'm getting her with this ad revenue money is a helmet. I think her dad might have already gotten her one, but this video wasn't exciting. It was just an explanation, because I've been reading a lot of negative comments lately, and it's just been like, negative comments should never get to me as a YouTuber, but I don't want to say going what I'm going through, because I'm not going through shit. She's the one going through everything. I've been worried, and it's been on my mind, and like me going through that and then to reading these comments, it just sort of set me off into like an emotional roller coaster. And it's not like, send your thoughts her way. That's all I want to say, and I hope she has a good recovery. She will. Like, I'm very confident. So it's gonna be 100% fine. But she's so sick. Like, she'll text me and be like, I want this to be over. I want to be out of the hospital. And like she hasn't moved in 3 nights now. Like, she's been in her bed, has not moved in 3 nights. She said she can't move her head at all because it hurts too bad. And no one should have to go through that ever. So I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. I've gone over everything I want to go over, and I've made everything clear, and I've explained everything. Here's a picture that she sent me for my thumbnail. She's okay. You know, she's feeling bad, but I don't know what to say really. You guys get the point I'm trying to get across. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. When I do go visit her, I will film the whole thing if she's okay with it, and keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys updated throughout my next few videos of if I get any new updates. That is really about it. I have the TV pilot that I'm filming today. I'm going to be vlogging that, and hopefully it'll keep my mind off a few things. I'm going to talk to Taylor too, see how she is doing. And thank you guys. Every single positive comment helps. Every single thought you send her way helps. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow if that works with me. So peace out. Thank you guys for everything. Talk to you tomorrow.